Hey whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Great, welcoming you to an exciting new series here on my channel. We've been talking about this one for a couple of weeks in my other Showdown videos and even a little bit in the Little Lock. But today we're going to be starting our journey on the road to ranked for Little Cup. We're going to be shooting for, well, the goal of this series is in the long run to become more well-rounded and truly competitive Little Cup battlers. You and me together, we're going to go on this journey because for my part in it, I do a lot of Little Cup videos on my channel. I love Little Cup. It's my favorite of the tiers. And, I've done almost 120, Showdown battles, at least, if not more than half of which has been Little Cup. And so, through this process, I've been doing Showdown stuff for about a year now, I would say, give or take. And, through this whole process, doing a lot of Little Cup and stuff like that, for better or for worse, I've become known as kind of the YouTube Little Cup authority. I get asked by third-party, channels and things like that, hey, we'd like you to come on and talk about Little Cup to our viewers and things like that. I've had multiple requests along that vein. Haven't had time to do any of them yet, but it's something I'm looking forward to, doing at some point. But before I do that, because, while people recognize me on the in Showdown or on the forums or around, it's at the point where I feel like kind of a fraud, because really I'm not a very competitive I'm not a very competitive person in general, but I'm really not a very competitive battler. I come in here and I get a couple of fun battles and I show them to you guys, and I enjoy doing it, and you guys seem to enjoy watching it. And so it's kind of the best of both worlds, because they're quick and easy to do, and I enjoy doing it, and you guys enjoy watching it, so it's kind of the perfect relationship there. But, when people come to me and they want me to, lay out Little Cup for them, I make all these new teams. I don't really spend a lot of time, really tinkering and getting to the core of, well, this is the best this team can be, or getting the best team possible. I'm just not competitive in that way. So I make all these new teams, and I make, fun videos, I guess. You guys seem to enjoy them. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not really, an authority on battling Little Cup. I'm really not that good at it. And, we've put together a couple of teams that have been pretty decent, and I've enjoyed them very much. But the reality of it is, we're just not that good. And so what I would like to do with this series is to take one of our teams. We're going to be starting at a base level with our Dream Team Little Cup. And we're going to just be taking them and seeing what we can do with them, how we can tweak them, and just kind of mold this team into something that still reflects my philosophy in, trying to use, some of those lesser used Pokemon to have an effect. Because, right now, I mean, look at this team right now. I've got a Squirtle on my team. I've got a Leo on my team. Pretty much, most of these Pokemon you just don't see, floating around in Little Cup when you're battling. Other people just don't use them. And so, you'll see a lot of, Mindfoos and Chinchows and Larvestas and, did I say Archons? Pawniards. There's lots of very overused OP Pokemon out there. And so we may have to take on some of these, some of the things we don't typically use. Maybe Squirtle isn't cutting it. Maybe Chip Tup's got to retire for a bit. Maybe we need to grab a Chinchou and bring them on as our water type. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of compromising to get us to where we want to be, because we are on the road to ranked. And for me, what it really means is I want to make a conscious effort to be more competitive. I say top 25. I've got no idea how hard that's going to be. Maybe top 50, top 100. We're going to aim high, but I don't know where we're going to be able to go, because people, once you get out of on the ladder, you start at 1,000. So that's where we're going to be starting. I've created a new account. We're going to be starting at 1,000 points. And that's the lowest you can be. From there, we are going to try to grow. The top of the ladder is like 1,600 or more. So we've got quite a ways to go. But once you get out of like 1,100, 1,200 area, it's pretty much all OU Pokemon. So that's frustrating for me. But we may adapt some of those strategies into ours while still trying to keep the main core of what we do here. And this team may change drastically. This team may change entirely. This is where we're starting from. But because we're going to be competitive, we're going to be trying to strip away the sentimentality of it all. And we're going to be looking to go more competitively. You know, if Tip Tup's not doing it, I love Tip Tup, but maybe he's got to go. You know, same with everybody here, except for Boots. Boots is always going to be here. No, I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. Apom seems to work really well for me, but, you know, maybe he won't end up working out in the long run. So, with that said, I want this to be a team effort. You know, my name will be the one that's climbing up the ladder, but I want this to be kind of a joint venture between me and you, because you guys love these videos, and you know I've been doing Showdown for about a year. I've been doing YouTube for close to a year and a half now. I started in April 2013, and so through that process, you guys have given me, my adorable, lovable whippersnappers here, have been giving me great feedback on things I can do to improve. You know, this and that and the other thing. And I want you to continue to do that. If you guys are looking at what's happening here and you're like, you know what, this just isn't working for you, maybe try this. Give me some things that I can do to continue on with keeping, you know, the heart of what we do here at Tortimer the Great Gaming at mind. I don't want to replace everybody on my team with super OU people. That's not how I want to win. You know, you could win a war by dropping nukes on the entire country that you're opposed to. But, you know, that would be a way to win, but I don't want to do that. And so I think the equivalent of doing that is, you know, dropping a ton of nukes is the same as using all OU Pokemon. And we may use a couple. We may end up having to add some of those OU guys to our team, but I would like to, you know, be conservative with how we do it. So let's jump in here. I'm gonna look for a battle. It may take a minute to search and find one, but we'll come back when we've got one. Alright guys, here we go. We have gotten a battle here, and we are going up against a very interesting looking team. Moto the Great, he's got some cool people here. We're going to lead off with Boots. He leads off with a shiny Turtwig, which is just adorable. Look at the little Turtwig. Alright, so he does have the ghost type Duskull here, which is oftentimes something that you need to be concerned about when you're leading off with Apom. They're expecting the fake out, so I'm going to go for the knockoff. At the very least, it's going to get rid of, you know, it gets rid of Turtwig's berry juice, so that's going to be super helpful to me. And that's going to leave me at a place where, you know, now I've seen how much knockoff can do. Let's try the return and hope they don't switch. They don't. So we get some pretty good damage there. That's going to work out really well. Okay, but they're going to have the Sympathist. So at this point in time, I got to switch. Boots just isn't doing it. I'm not going to leave her in here to get, her in here to get all screwed up. So let's go ahead and we're going to switch into Fumesy, my Coughing. Coughing is the one new addition I've made to this team since we started this, since the last time you've seen the Dream Team. Drew just wasn't doing it for me, and I'd used Coughing before when I was originally trying to make changes to my main Little Cup team. I was trying to do that for them, and this Turtwig, man. I've never had so much trouble killing a Turtwig. And so I decided that Drew wasn't really doing it. I'd used Coughings before and enjoyed it. And so I decided, you know what, let's go for it. We're going to try this out and see what we can't accomplish here with Fumesy. And I think it's worked out pretty well for us for the most part. So we're going to kill... Oh, the burn didn't do it. Leech Seed. Darn it. Okay, so let's kill Turtwig here. And when we do that, they're going to bring in... Abra, probably. So when they do that, yeah, so they're bringing in Abra. So we're going to, oop, not attack. They're going to be going for the Psychic, so I'm going to switch into Spud, and they may predict that. We'll have to see, but no, they go for the Psyshock. Spud's immune to the Psyshock. Okay, so now they're going to be going for the Dazzling Gleam. So I need to switch into somebody who can take a Dazzling Gleam. So let's look. Tip-Top is the one I want out there anyway, so I'm going to switch him in. He can take a special attack, probably. He can... Well, he can, but he doesn't need to because they switch out. I'm going to go for the Fake Out here on the Fletchling, and that'll do decent. And then we are going to switch in... Well, Tip's defense isn't terrible. Okay, so let's try for the Rapid Spin here. They're going to go for the Sword Dance, which will be perfect. So we're going to get the Rapid Spin off. They're going to heal up, but that's fine, because what we're going to do now is we're going to switch into... Yeah, let's switch into Morden at this point. They're going to go for the Aerobatics, which is going to take us down to our Sturdy and bring back the Berry Juice. At this point, I'm going to go for the counter. Ooh, they're thinking, though. They're thinking. They might be switching out here. Which they would be smart to do. Most people don't expect the counter Dwebble. Oh, they go for it. It's not going to be enough to kill it, though, with the counter, but that's fine. It's not going to be fine, though. It's not. Okay, so we've got to switch Morden out of here. Unfortunately, well, he's just going to be Death Botter at this point. I don't really have anybody who's going to appreciate an Aerobatics. And he doesn't have a Berry Juice anymore, so he's worthless to me. He's going to have to go. And we'll bring Boots back in, and Boots will take care of this thing for us. Let's get the Fake Out going here. Fletchling's dead. This is why I need to be better about retaining Boots, because oftentimes I just kind of let Boots die. I let her do her thing until she's dead, and that's not the smart... Boots is such... He's complaining about the crit. Wouldn't have mattered. So let's see. They've got their Abra. 19 speed. We're both 19 speed. I'm going to pray that I can outspeed it, which I cannot. Darn it. Okay. I was hoping to win that tie. Alright, so what we need to do is... Let's go in with Tip-Top. We've got some priority on Tip-Top here, and I think we can probably... Definitely would not. Alright, so let's see. Let's get an Aqua Jet here. Yes, and Abra's dead. That's what I love about Tip-Top. Tip-Top's got 2 priorities on him, so he can take out some of those weaker guys. Fungus comes in, so we are going to switch out for Fungus for sure. We'll bring Fumesy in. They're going to go for the Spore. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to go... Let's see. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, just kind of expecting that they might switch here. I don't know what exactly a Fungus can do to Fumesy. Yeah, they're going to switch. Bring in Tyrant. Fumesy's going to need to wake up, though, buddy. You got to wake up. Let's see. He's got Strong Jaw and Dirty. Yeah. He's going to go for the Dragon Dance. Fumesy, you got to wake up. Attaboy. Land this. Perfect. All right. That's what I like to see. Alright, so let's go... I'm gonna kind of want to save him, I think. Let's go into Tip-Top, I think, here. It may be Death Fodder, we'll just have to see. Okay, he misses on the Stone Edge. That works out. Let's go for the Fake Out here just to get some free damage. Okay, they bring it in the Dew Skull. Okay, smart. Smart. Let's bring in Simba in case they go for a Ghost attack. That'll be good, and if not, then... Fire type takes the Will-O-Wisp. Works for me. Let's go for the Dark Pulse, because of Choice Scarf, we're definitely going to outspeed. They go for the Confuse Ray. Alright, fair enough. I'm going to let Simba try and fight through this. I don't really... Well, Simba could certainly be useful for Fungus, but let's see... It goes up against the Tyrant, and that works out pretty well. Okay, so let's do that. One more of those, and Tyrant is gone, and we're Choice Scarf, so I'm trusting we can outspeed. But we hurt ourselves, and Simba's dead. Okay. That's a gamble. That's a gamble. Okay, but Tyrant's getting ticked down. We can bring Tip-Top in. This time I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet in case of the switch, which happens. Duskull takes some damage, which works out nicely. I'm going to... What am I going to do here? Okay, so Dusko, what did he have? He had Confuse Ray. Let me, one second, let me see what moves he's used. Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray. Okay, fair enough. His Berry Juice is gone, I do know that. I want to save Tip-Tup, though, for the Tyrant. So let's bring Fumesy back in, and we'll see what he does there. Frustration. Okay, fair enough. Fumesy's back up, though. Let's go for the... Well, let's go for the Stab Sludge Bomb here. Won't do a ton to Fungus there, but it does enough. And we'll switch in with the Flamethrower there, and Fungus is down. Very nice. Attaboy Fumesy. So they're down to their Duskull and their Tyrant. So I'm going to... let's just go for the Sludge Bomb at this point. Ooh, Ghost resists poison? Interesting. I learn something new every day. Okay, well, let's go for the Will-O-Wisp. Oh, we hurt ourselves. Okay, so we are not physical attackers, so I'm not super worried about that. Let's see what we've got. We've got Tip-Tup and Spud left. We could go into Spud. Let's try that. We'll bring, at least we'll get rid of the confusion here on Fumesy. And we'll be able to bring him back in with no worse for the wear except for the burn. So let's see here. We're probably, my goal was to do 1 or 2 battles. Typically, with the explanation I did at the beginning, we're probably only going to fit 1 in today. I don't want, this is getting, you know, going to be close to 20 minutes, which is not exactly what I wanted. These you know, live battles definitely are harder. But I wanted to do them live because I want you guys to be in the moment with me. As we're laddering, you know, I do the other ones, you know, because I can just do a bunch of battles and then I can figure out which ones I want to use. But this, we're laddering. I want to do this together, step by step. Every battle that I do on our road to getting ranked, I want to do together. And so... Going to be doing them live. Going to be a little bit longer episodes. I hope you guys don't mind too much. I'm going to try and keep them 10 to 15 minutes is where I would like them to be, but sometimes, you know, this is a 26-turn battle, which typically mine are like in the teens, so this one's going longer for sure, and then we had the explanation at the beginning. So I'm going to try and get 2 battles in regularly. Today's probably only going to be 1. But this has been a good battle, so I think it'll be a good one to start off with. Assuming they... I'm not sure what they're waiting on there. They're talking in chat. I hope they finish this off. They have 30 seconds left. Going to go. Running out of time. I'm going to stop the timer here for a second. I would rather he complete the battle. I'm not going to forfeit. Okay, well, he ran out of time. So this is partially why I don't do live battles anymore. Because you spend all this time making a recording, and then 2 Pokemon to the end, somebody leaves. Now he disconnected. Sorry, dude. Try to stop the timer. Lag. Okay, well, he disconnected, I guess. But anyway, that was today's battle. Our ranking, we gained 52 for winning, which is a little disappointing. We would have probably gotten a lot better if we'd actually defeated him, which I think we would have probably easily been able to do. But that's going to be what laddering is like. People forfeit or disconnect or whatever, and so you got to take what you can get. But we're heading up. We went from 1,000 to 1,052. We gained 52 for winning. And before this battle, he was only at 1,104. So he wasn't really much higher than us. A couple of battles, and we'll be up there too. So you get points based on like the opponent that you're facing. So if somebody super high beats somebody super low, they don't get a lot of points for that. If somebody super low beats somebody super high, they're going to get more points for that. So that's just how it works. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this first installment of our Little Cup Road to Ranked series. Leave that feedback. As I was saying, I want to hear from you guys. I want this to be kind of a joint venture. Let me know what you're thinking on the team. If you guys do battling and you've got ideas, you're like, you're going to need a counter to this or something like that, let me know. Let me know how you feel about the format. Will be shorter. I want to be 10 to 15 minutes typically. So if we can only get one battle in a day, then we'll do one battle. If we can get two in the 10 to 15 minute time frame, then we'll do two. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this special Saturday edition of Tortimer the Great Gaming. This will be coming out on Saturdays typically because that's the room I've got on my schedule. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And let me know what you think. Let me, on everything, on the team, on the series, whatever, let me know what you guys have on your minds. But anyway, as always, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave those likes, comments, and subscriptions, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.